Krishna Prabhu, Prabhuji joined. You can proceed.
Hare Krishna. Our join பண்ணுவாரே இப்பதான் பேசினேன்.
Okay, join பண்ணிட்டோம்.
Join Prabhu.
Join பண்ணி.
Prabhuji already joined. Yeah. Krishna Prabhu, you can do the introduction, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandat Pranam, Prabhu. So happy to see you on this auspicious day.
Yeah, same here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Happy Nityananda Trayodasi.
Same to you. Happy Nityananda. Happy Nityananda Trayodasi to all of you. Jai Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, with your kind permission, I will introduce quick introduction. So
sure, Prabhu. Go
then
ahead,
we can start the class, Prabhu. Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, I think network issue. Prabhu, you are able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, I am able to hear you. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Prabhu. Yes, clear, Prabhu. Clear. Hare Krishna, devotees. Wishing you all a very happy and blessed Nityananda Trayodasi. On this very auspicious day, we are very fortunate to have His Grace Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu is familiar. Prabhu has taken a couple of classes for Kanyadesh earlier, Bhagavatam classes and Bhagavad Gita classes also. But still, for new devotees, we would like to introduce to everyone. 1 minute. Manibhushan Prabhu, audio is clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, clear.
It's clear.
Clear, okay. Okay. His Grace Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami. He is an IT professional and has been practicing Krishna consciousness since last 25 years. He was initiated by Maharaj in the year 2001 and was personally trained by Maharaj to scrupulously study Srila Prabhupada books, especially Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Maharaj is well known and is called as a famous preacher of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially how to take out practical instructions from Srila Prabhupada books and live and apply them in our day-to-day life. In the last 25 years, Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu has been striving to follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada and his spiritual master Srila Mahavishnu Goswami, traveling around the world and inspire everyone in seriously studying Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. There are several online and in-person study groups that he has been conducting for the last 20 years, specifically for Grahasthas, Brahmacharis and youths, with the aim of inspiring everyone to study Srila Prabhupada books, relish them and practice the instructions. Recently, he presented a 6-session seminar on different methods to study and relish Srimad Bhagavatam based on Maharaj's instructions and his personal experiences in relishing Srila Prabhupada books. This was well received by the audience and multiple follow-up sessions are getting organized. Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu has been running an online forum called Grantharaj for last 18 years. Inspired and guided by his spiritual master, there are several thousand devotees subscribed to this forum in which devotees share their personal realizations and practical application from Srila Prabhupada's books. This is being used as an effective preaching tool by hundreds of devotees around the world. Kalachakra Prabhu has also printed 4 books so far based on the teachings and realization of His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj on the titles Grantharaj, the King of Scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam in Practice, Volume 1 and 2, Pearls of Wisdom. Hare Krishna. With this introduction, we would like to welcome enthusiastically Prabhu by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, over to you.
Krishna Prabhu, may I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you are audible, Prabhu.
I
But
was
your video is not coming. Yeah, video is not coming. Your video.
Is it still not coming?
Video is disabled. Yeah, now it's okay, Prabhu. Yeah, now it's
okay, right?
Now it's clear.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhu, one quick thing. Is it going to be fully in English or you're going to do some translation or something?
Fully in English, Prabhu.
Okay. That is nice. Okay,
Hare
so I will
Krishna.
start off with just as our Mangalacharya prayers and start. And is it for 1 hour, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. 1 hour.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Right time.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham Karoti Vachalam Angum Lankayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyameshwaram Vishnupada Krishna Prabhu Deva Vishnupada Krishna Prabhu Bhaktivedanta Swami Nam Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Vicharini Shashashunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jai Hare Krishna Prabhu's Mataji's Dandavat Pranams. Wish you all a very happy Nityananda Trayodasi Mahotsav. In one sense, if you see, it's the always we get one of the major festivals. Of course, Advaita Acharya Appearance Day just came. After that, you see The year always begins with one of the major festivals is for our, especially we Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is Nityananda Trayodasi, the appearance day of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. It is always, we always know that without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, we cannot get Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy. So it's always, we have to go through the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And the glories are unlimited, as we all know. And discussing the pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu and his instructions, his character is very, very, very deep. He is the most mysterious person. That is why when we chant Sadvaitam, Savadhutam, Sa Avadutam, Avaduta, he himself calls us. Whenever somebody asks for what is your name, he tells, I am Avaduta. So he is interesting. He's a very interesting character. And but at the same time, he teaches some very, very deep messages for us in devotional service through his personal character. And to understand Chaitanya Prabhu is very difficult. He is very inconceivable. And understanding Nityananda Prabhu is even more inconceivable. Even more inconceivable, because he covers his transcendence by certain, mysterious, I would say, the mysterious nature that it is not easy to understand or predict what he will be about. And it is perfectly a reflection or a replica of Lord Balram, because he is none other than Lord Balram, right? So many times we see how Lord Balram behaves. It's a very interesting and very unpredictable or inconceivable, if you want to use some of these words. So that's how Nityananda Prabhu is. And his love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, love for distributing Krishna's holy names, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's holy names, is unimaginable, inexplicable. And it's because of his mercy that we are all sitting here. Because Advaita Acharya prayed for the Lord, both the Lords to come, but it was Nityananda Prabhu who insisted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to distribute the holy names all over. And not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he went to all nook and corner of this Bharat Desh, and and he distributed the holy names unlimitedly and uninterruptedly. And we all are enjoying the benefits, reaping the benefits of the Lord's Lord Nityananda Prabhu's transcendental activities, his transcendental activities. So today, let's try to understand, as we said, Nityananda Prabhu's glories are unlimited, but at least one or two we should try to meditate on for our own fine-tuning our devotional service, taking more deeper vows in devotional service, and sankalpas. Taking sankalpas in devotional service is a very, very important aspect. Otherwise, our devotional service will not become intense. As we see Prabhu's Mataji's, day by day our age is moving forward, not backward. Forward towards where? Towards the last days. With every day, we are one day closer to the last day. So the more we are going closer and closer to our last day, the more intense our devotional service must be. Like we see how it is in Bhagavatam, it is so beautifully said, how Uddhava and Vidura, how they were exhibiting their devotional service so intensely in their old age, especially Uddhava. His age was, as his age grow, he was getting older and older. Excuse me. As his age grew older and older, his his activities, devotional activities, were getting more and more intense. And that is how he was exhibiting, as he was teaching us, that with our age growing older, we have to work on our devotional service even more with focus and intensity. Recently I had the good fortune of associating with many devotees in Vrindavan last about few months ago, the Kartik month, and I happened to spend little time with our dear Chandravanshi Prabhu, Chandravanshi Prabhu. In his age, both he and Mataji, they are so actively involved in services. I've never seen him not doing the service even one day. Every single day he was there for his service, and I was quite inspired by such great devotees. Many devotees are there who are cross the age, the normal age. Even I am also aging. It's a different thing. That's also there. But I am seeing them and getting inspired by them, how they are, holding on to the service so intensely and without fail. Right on time, right on there. Because in our services to Krishna, time is very important. So hearing these glories every time and again, every day, with all the festivals coming, all the great Vaishnavas, their glories, it is simply amazing, and it really improves our bhakti bhava, brings a meaning to our life, brings some essence to our life, that we should do this, use this life for devotional service at any cost. We know how the Goswamis were doing their bhajana so intensely as they grew older, like Sri Sanatana Goswami Pad. We know how, as he was so old, he was doing his parikrama 3 times Govardhan parikrama every day, and he didn't stop that vow. Raghunath Das Goswami the same way. He was doing so much dandavats, even though he was getting flailing health. Haridas Thakur, as he was leaving his body also, he said, "It's my mind that is a problem." Chaitanya Prabhu asked, what is ailing you? He said, "My body is all right, but the mind is the problem." You see, always we say our body is the problem, mind is all right. So it's the other way around for the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So we'll just discuss a couple of interesting things which we should take as a lesson from Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu exhibited a deep compassion, a compassion which is as deep as the ocean or even deeper than that. Because normally when we are compassionate to somebody, we are compassionate, we act in such a way that our compassion is explicitly revealed to others, isn't it? We want others to appreciate, understand and appreciate our compassion. Because as it is, things like tolerance, compassion, humility, etc., they are very difficult to practice. So whenever we are doing something very difficult, we always want them to be visible to others. That is the natural mundane tendency. And along with being visible to others, we want others to notice it and appreciate it also. When it is not done, a natural sense of disappointment or depression, all these things come. In any devotional service, we want them to be noticed, and that is a Kanishta way of doing devotional service. When we see the great acharyas exhibiting their devotional service, they're doing activities in devotion, they do it either silently or they do it in such a way that it is covered. It's covered with some other mundane kind of an exhibition that people would not see it as devotional service, rather say, why is he behaving like that? And then they will forget the hidden treasure of that love for Krishna. So that Krishna prema is something which they don't want to reveal it, not because they are attached to it or something, but they feel that even the slightest appreciation they will get for the service they do, that appreciation will increase their damba, their pride, and they are afraid of it. And that's why they don't exhibit all these qualities openly. Nityananda Prabhu's famous quality is what? The one, as soon as you think about Nityananda Prabhu, what is it that comes to our mind? It's compassion. It's unlimited, inconceivable compassion. He was so compassionate. There are others who are also compassionate in their own way. But Nityananda Prabhu's compassion is really, really, really unique in a way that it is unique across all the sampradayas, all the bhakti cults that could have come to existence before or even in the future. He exhibited this compassion because we know the famous pastimes, few of these pastimes that we know very well about this Jagai Madai pastime, etc. Every time we hear that pastime, it is one of those leelas, those stories which you can never ever get tired of hearing. Again and again you hear it. It's so much relishable, especially that entire pastime that is so nicely described by our acharyas in the various shastras. You see, why? Because that exhibits the unlimited compassion of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And that compassion is such that he decided that Gauranga Mahaprabhu's glories, Krishna Prema, these are treasure that needs to be given to the world unlimitedly. That's the reason Gauranga Mahaprabhu himself came. But even more, Gauranga Mahaprabhu had some, say, restrictions from an external point of view, like he took sannyas, so he can't meet with anybody and everybody. He can't meet with the, say, royal people, royal orders, or he can't meet with the, say, the Mataji's side, and he can't even go that side. And he exhibited something where he was dealing with mainly the scholarly types. When he had to distribute his Krishna Prema, the treasure of Krishna Prema unlimitedly, he did it in such a way that he will do it without his notice, without noticing. I mean, as if he is doing it unconsciously. That's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing it. Like, for example, distributing his mercy to King Prataparudra. He decided to give his mercy to Prataparudra, but he wanted to maintain the decorum that a sannyasi should not meet. That's order that is there in our Vedic culture, that he should not meet with royal orders or pound shilling men, if you call it that, right? So he didn't want to meet with Prataparudra at all, but at the same time he wanted to teach this instruction to everyone that without humility one cannot get Krishna Prema. And all these designations and posts and positions is worth is not even worth a penny to purchase Krishna Prema. What is it that is needed for Krishna Prema? Tatra ekam laulyam moolam. It's the intense greed for Krishna Prema that is the price that we can pay for purchasing. Intense greed, nothing else. And for that, these positions, designations, etc., they come as hindrances, hurdles, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy to Prataparudra by, as if he is unconscious, but he knew that when he saw Prataparudra sweeping the floor, he said, okay, I have to give him the mercy. See, he is sweeping the street for Lord Jagannath. And how, he saw that. Even before he saw that, he wanted to teach that lesson that everybody should come down humbly before the Lord, whatever position you may have. As soon as you take that position, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is there. But Nityananda Prabhu is even more compassionate than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in one sense, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while distributing his mercy, he had certain restrictions in that he cannot give his mercy to those who offend his devotees or though not offending Krishna, like that. But Nityananda Prabhu had to catch those people who don't even care, and those who are even debauchees, robbers, whatever aparadhas you want to name in this world, they will commit those. Such people Nityananda Prabhu will go and capture. Why he wants to capture them? Why he wants to capture these people and bring them to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet? Why he want to capture them and give them Krishna Prema? It's a risk, highest risk of the highest order. Like how our Srila Prabhupada took the risk to give the greatest this Krishna Prema to those who are devoid of any culture, devoid of even human values, devoid of anything, and he brought them all, like the hippies, and those who were destitute, or those who are like left alone, those who were rejected by those, either they rejected the society or the society rejected them, and he brought those people. Like with Srila Prabhupada completely captured Nityananda Prabhu's Avesh. Was the he caught the essence of Nityananda Prabhu, and that's what he did. Even today, we are all because of that particular mercy. We didn't come with some scholarly attitude or eager to gain knowledge and so on and so forth. So we are not doing that. Only because of the mercy of unlimited causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are here. We had no qualification at all whatsoever. And that started all the way from Nityananda Prabhu. Why he did that? He got the lowest people in the society, and he gave them the highest mercy of Krishna Prema. Why? Because Nityananda Prabhu said that this is the way the whole world will know the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He didn't want it for his own glorification. He wanted the whole world to know the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for that, he saw this is the best way for the world to know. He took the lowest of people, like the robbers, thieves, murderers, all woman hunters, everybody, and he caught hold of them, and he bestowed upon them the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when they started getting Krishna Prema and love for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and started dancing in ecstasy, everyone in the world started becoming shocked that how can such completely disqualified people can get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy? When we are nothing really. How can we not get? We are at least good people. We have some values. If these people can do, then we should do even more. And that is how Nityananda Prabhu's master plan worked, and it worked. Even now it's working, and it's supposed it is as per Srila Prabhupada's prediction, it is supposed to work for at least the next 10,000 years, if not more. That is how he brought up the highest benediction to the lowest qualified person, completely disqualified. And then when they become the highest, when they take Krishna consciousness seriously, the whole world will turn around and see. If Prabhupada had gone and spoken to some scholars alone, and maybe in some forums, in some say discussion meetings and some inter-religious dialogues or those kind of things alone, just touch base there, and started his society, today that society would have died. It is running, our society is running so hale and healthy and growing day by day. It's like growing like a forest fire. Why? Because of this beautiful quality of Nityananda Prabhu being exhibited by Srila Prabhupada and every one of his followers. And all our acharyas exhibited that same mood of Nityananda Prabhu. Right? That we have to take all kinds of risks to distribute the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give them Krishna Prema, give them the taste of devotional service. And today, that is because of his compassion, inexplicable, inconceivable compassion. Bhagavatam says beautifully in 4:648. This verse is so beautiful. Yasmin yada pushkarana bhamayaya durantaya sprishtadiya prutak drishaka kurvanti tatra yanukapaya kripa na sadhavo daiva pala krute. Very beautiful verse. Translation goes like this. My dear Lord, if in some place materialists who are already bewildered by the insurmountable illusory energy of the Supreme Godhead sometimes commit offenses, a saintly person with compassion does not take this seriously. Knowing that they commit offenses because they are overpowered by the illusory energy, he does not show his prowess to counteract them. Prabhu's Mataji, this is exactly the verse which can fit in to the mood of Nityananda Prabhu when he tried to deliver all the fallen souls, especially the people like Jagai Madai and thieves and robbers, etc. See, Kurvanti Tatrahi Anukampaya Kripam. Anukampa is compassion, but the execution of that compassion is a feeling. Execution of that compassion is the kripa, that is the mercy. You see, the mercy, how the causeless mercy that they are bestowing up. That is what Nityananda Prabhu was doing day in and day out, right? But it will be covered by his sometimes inexplicable character. But only those who are really, really understanding his mood will know what kind of eventual mercy that he has. So why? Because he knows that these are spirits. No? They are overpowered by illusory energy. They are caught. They are captured or engulfed by illusory energy. That they don't know what they are doing, but we know what they are doing. Tadvidvan na chalen margat. This is the beautiful lesson that the Brahmana, Avadut Brahmana teaches us through these 24 gurus. The very first guru that he learns this lesson from is Tisiksha, from whom he he talks about what he learned from Mother Earth. You know, he says, "Tiro daiva vashanugai, tadvidvan na chalen margat anvashiksham shite pratam, bhutair akramya manopi." All bhutas, they will do akraman, attack, either by mind, body, or words. They will do with all sorts of things. Bhutair akraman, no, we say akraman. Bhutair akramya manopi, dhiro Daiva Vasha Anugaihi. Daiva Vasha means they are completely helplessly captured by illusory energy, Maya, that they don't know what they are doing. Suddenly someone come and shout at you, suddenly somebody will cheat you, do so many things, they will do some backstabbing, or whatever they will do. All of these things they are doing because of Prakriti Kriyamana. They are all being helplessly, they are being played around like puppets by the puppeteer. That is the puppeteer here is the illusory energy, right? So Dhiro Daiva Vashanuvati, those who are Dhiras, they know what they will do. They will know that these people are captured by Daiva Vasha. Bhutair Akramya Manopi Dhiro Daiva Vashanuvati. So what they will do, I am not under the illusion. I am not under the three modes. Illusion means it captures through the three modes, Rajas, Tama, and Sattva. So Tadvidvan na chalen marga, they will not stray away from their path of saintliness, sanity, right? Devotional, Krishna conscious devotion that we are doing, devotional seva. Dhiro daiva vashanuvahi tadvidvan na chalen margat anva shiksham kshiter vratam. I learned this lesson from Mother Earth. See, so many things we are doing to Mother Earth. We are stamping on them, we are drilling them, we are doing coal, and we are putting so many rods and building huge buildings and making it so heavy. But all these things does not affect Mother Earth. She is patiently tolerating. She knows that these people are all doing out of their modes. They want to enjoy. They want to have some this thing. But do you know what? They think that they will enjoy for some years, whatever, but they will leave their body very soon. They will leave their place very soon, giving it the space for someone else to occupy. All the great things and all, we are capturing land. We are just thinking that if I have a small piece of land or 2 BHK or 3 BHK in one place, I am a great person. I am satisfied with my life. But you see people like Alexander the Great, Akbar the Great, and all these people are capturing huge nations, part of the world, as they were ruling. But what did they go what did they take when they went from this world? Not a single grain of sand. So this reality we should know when we have to tolerate. So Mother Earth says that I know this truth, that all these people are fighting for me, but they will not take a single grain from me when they are leaving. So I just have to tolerate for a brief period, and they will come and they will go. Then I'm at peace. So this is how we should learn that how to tolerate the miseries created by the threefold miseries: Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, and Adhyatmika. And Nityananda Prabhu so beautifully exhibited this quality in his pastime of Jagai Madai. Right? So this verse 4:6:48 completely personifies Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. This verse is spoken by Lord Brahma to Lord Shiva after the Daksha Yajna was over and Lord Shiva's followers destroyed all the Yajna, and the Daksha was beheaded and goat's head was given to him, and all his followers were also punished. And it's all because Mother Sati was insulted by the Daksha and his followers. So Lord Shiva's became king, and they finished off everything. So Brahma brings all the demigods to Lord Shiva and he's praying. And in the prayer, this is one of his prayers, that these materialists, Daksha's followers, they were all materialists because they were not understanding Lord Vishnu's mood. And they are already bewildered by the insurmountable illusory energy. Insurmountable, Krishna says, no, that Mama Maya Duratyaya. They commit offenses, but saintly people don't take it seriously. Why? Because of compassion and mercy. They are doing this because they are all like this child, for example, suddenly says something, we just ignore it. We know that the child does. Like that, everybody is doing it out of their this thing, being completely captivated by the illusory energy. And that is how Nityananda Prabhu also saw this Jagai and all those thieves and robbers and everybody. He didn't see them as thieves and robbers. He saw them as, spirit souls. With great, with great pain, they are caught in this body, and we don't know how to express our pain. Like a child cries, doesn't know how to express its hunger, or when it wants to sleep, it just cries. So the mother had to somehow or other understand that what this child is going through. So the same way, saintly people are like the fathers and mothers for this society. They have to understand the person may be shouting at you, or he may be criticizing you or something, but then actually he is doing it because he is not able to tolerate the pain of staying inside this body, and he doesn't know how to express. So he is expressing in all these different ways, you see. And this is what we have to learn from Nityananda Prabhu. When Jagai and Madai, when they were misbehaving, we know the story very well, right? So when we want to go deeper, we can always go deeper into it and enjoy the story. But we have to see the thread of that entire pastime is compassion. Nityananda Prabhu's unlimited compassion and mercy. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to forgive them for what they did, But it is very important for us to understand that Nityananda Prabhu, we can go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only through the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Why we say that? It's because of this. Because we have to understand that we are not qualified. We are not qualified yet. We think that okay, I can take a few slokas here and there and all that, but and then I may be qualified. But that's not what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants. He wants us to be humble. Trinada Pisunichana, Tarora Pisakishna, Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadakari. In the first three lines form the essence of our behavior, and with that mood, if we can chant Kirtaniya Sadaharihi, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be pleased. That is why in all of these 8 stanzas, these two, especially the Trinada Pisunichana, Na Dhanam Na Janam Sundari, these two are very instructive. All others are higher bhavas. If we can get qualified for these 2 shlokas, then we can understand the rest of the ones which are even more deeper, right? Humbler than the blade of the grass, more tolerant than a tree, and give respect to everyone, and do not expect any respect for yourself. With this mood only, we can actually chant the holy names and develop the real bhava, real taste for chanting and real taste for serving. And Nityananda Prabhu wanted to show this through personal example of Jagai. You see, Jagai Madai were actually Brahmanas. They were born in the Brahmana family, and they were by association they got deviated. By association with drunkards, with women hunters, and with all kinds of people, they got deviated. That they lost the original their sanskars and where they came from. They were Jagadananda and Madhavananda. That's their name actually. But because of their activities and their going down in their consciousness, in their activities and behavior, etc., in their habits, that they don't know what they were doing, and they were drinking, they were smoking, they were stealing from others, disturbing others, and all kinds of stuff. So the devotees would never go near them, and they would always find a different spot. And when Nityananda Prabhu heard about them, instead of like for us, we will see somebody and we'll say, hey, this guy is a thing, we'll try go the other side. He's nuisance. Let's go and peacefully do our devotional service somewhere else. But that is fine to a certain extent, but that does not really please Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enough. Yes, you are doing your devotional service for your own safety, but what about others? Your devotional service should enforce you to think about others more. And in that process, you take the risk, and there I will help you, there I will support you, there I will stand to hold you safely. And in that, at that point, in that process, you will feel my mercy. You will feel my presence. You will enjoy my association. That is why all great souls, Maharaj Parikshit, why he should take the risk of fasting and continuously hearing Bhagavatam for 7 days, because he was compassionate to all the souls. And if you see in the purport for this verse 4648, you will see the entire purport. Prabhupada will talk about Parikshit Maharaj. Instead of Lord Shiva, he will talk about Parikshit Maharaj. How he agreed to die for that curse, so that everyone will get benefited by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. He set that standard of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why in most of our temples, almost all our temples, Bhagavatam is it's only after Bhagavatam that we have prasadam, and water. It's not before that, right? Chaitanya Prabhu heard without drinking water or even tasting prasadam or even sleep. So to that extent, they set standards, they set examples. Nityananda Prabhu set the standard for us by showing that, see, if people like Jagai and Madai can take to Krishna Prema, what about you? Why not you take to Krishna consciousness? That is the template that he wanted to set, right? So when he heard about these people, he said that, I think these are the people whom should be given Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy, right? So we all know the story, how he went to them. I thought we'll discuss that in detail, but we don't have enough time, It's also much late for me here. We are a little bit ahead of us, and we should also keep up the time because you will have your celebrations. But we'll just take some little essence in that whole pastime, So when Nityananda Prabhu decided that these people should be given the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his own mercy, how can he give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy without them realizing Nityananda Prabhu's greatness? And that is why Nityananda Prabhu had to go and give his association to them. They didn't come to take Nityananda Prabhu's association. It was he who went to give them association. He deliberately went there as if he didn't know. Externally, he will show as if he didn't know that these people are sitting there near the Ganga Ghat, But he knew internally what is going to happen there. When people were actually warning Nityananda Prabhu that you don't go there. They will harm you. You look like sincere devotees. You are really devotees. You don't go there. They don't care for devotees. They will just, they are already drunk. They are not in their consciousness. They will do anything to you. You can't explain to them. But he said, he thought this is where we should go. And we know that the first time he he went there. They chased Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. And they had to run so fast to think. This is just exhibition of his Leela. Nityananda Prabhu could have just stayed there and finished them off. Why should he exhibit this pastime? This in a way, this is why I told you this is very inconceivable. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is inconceivable, Nityananda Prabhu is even more inconceivable in that sense. So he and Haridas Thakur run so fast to go and somehow or other escape from them, and they go and share the report to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of their preaching this thing. So at that time, Advaita Acharya says that Haridas Thakur is a bit more softer person, right? So he says something very interesting. Today, he tells to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he requests Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you please don't put me in company with this madman. Who is that madman? Nityananda Prabhu. He goes to all forsaken places and he is trying to sing, and I can't run fast like him. He can run fast, but I cannot run fast like him. So today we were almost about to be killed. We escaped death somehow or other by your mercy. And then Advaita Acharya Prabhu advises Haridas Thakur that see, you are a saintly person, and he is a madman. Let him associate with the drunkards. So let these three drunkards associate together. You don't go with him; he will risk your life. So see how the interesting word of play are. He told that there was three drunkards, and the three drunkards have nice association. He talks about Jagai, Madai, and Nityananda Prabhu. The first two are drunkards, real drunkards of in this world. But Nityananda Prabhu is the drunkard in the sense he drinks Krishna Prema with every breath, every moment, and he drinks the love of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. That's how he is a drunkard. Drunkard means what? He wants more and more and more. He doesn't stop, and he is completely intoxicated. He doesn't know what's happening to the world, and that is how as devotees we are expected to be eventually. When we keep on drinking the nectar of Krishna Katha, nectar of Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy more and more and more, Krishna Prema, then we will be completely devoid of all the problems that this world is creating to us, throwing at us, right? And at the same time, we will also be compassionate to others, so that they will become drunkards also of Krishna consciousness. It is said very interestingly. Once my Guru Maharaj, he always used to be giving lectures on Bhagavatam, and always it's not only lectures. When he's alone, also you sit and study Bhagavatam. Just one or two people are alone, also you do it. So then one devotee came and said that Maharaj, in our friends, our devotee friends, they are making fun of us that you people only know sit with Bhagavatam, you don't know anything else. You are not fit for other things. Then Maharaj told him, hey, actually that is a good criticism. Why are you becoming despondent for it? You should become happy that they are criticizing you as one who is only with Bhagavatam. That is what we have to be ultimately called as, If they say, hey, he's a devotee, but he can do, but sometimes he behaves a little different. He's after money, after this, after that, position, etc. Then that is a criticism, actual criticism. But if they say, this person is always with Bhagavatam, he's a madman, then it's a good criticism. So Maharaj said, yes, you tell them that we are drunkards, and we are drunkards in the pub. We are always in the pub. We don't leave the pub. We are always in the pub. And if you don't associate with us, because if you associate with us, you will also become drunkards. And if you become drunkards, you will also not leave like us. You will also not leave this pub. And what is this pub? This pub is Prabhupada's Unlimited Bhagavatam. He had a very interesting. I'm not in Chennai. I'm in Rajkot. So I happened to meet a couple of very interesting young boys here, hardly 17, 18 years old, and they are like all exuberant and everything. And so one boy came and he told me his story, how he came to the temple. They are staying in the temple and serving youth boys. So one of these boys is very nice, rich family, and his only child or whatever, and then he was pampered like anything, and he was for 3 years he was so mad after this PUBG game, no, this PUBG, and that even though he was grown up, he had to play. He will so continuously play this PUBG game that his mother, while playing in the game itself, mother will come and feed prasadam in his mouth. Yet somebody has to feed him prasadam, and he keep playing PUBG. So much mad he was, and parents also didn't say much because they pampered him like. And after these 3 years, one day, don't know where he got this thing from. Somewhere he was browsing and he came to know that this Bhagavad Gita is there online, and he ordered Bhagavad Gita online and started reading it. Then he found out the contacts of the local devotees, and he said, he called one of the temple devotees and said, I want to know more about Bhagavad Gita. I want to know what is this Krishna consciousness, etc. And they kept talking to him, and he started coming, and now he's all the time in the temple serving. So I was telling him yesterday that you turned from PUBG to BG, Bhagavad Gita. So this PUBG is nothing but the Prabhupada's unlimited Bhagavad Gita. This is our addiction, Prabhupada's unlimited Bhagavatam is PUB, and PUBG is Prabhupada's unlimited Bhagavad Gita. And you will not leave this PUBG. This PUBG will take you more and more deeper into madness of Krishna consciousness. That PUBG will take you to hell, but this PUBG takes us all the way directly to Goloka Vrindavan, right? So these are miracles. Where is this miracle happening from? This is Nityananda Prabhu who is turning such people into Krishna consciousness, isn't it? How can someone who is so much addicted to things completely turn away and come here? He could have gone to many other places. But how come he got converted into this Krishna consciousness from that such a lowest level? See, even if he's addicted to some, say, video games or something, we can, some smaller this thing like book reading or some novels or some magazines, we consider this a little bit same. But PUBG is considered to be a dangerous game. Many countries have even banned them. And this boy has been playing like hell. And how from lowest level he is coming to this highest level of being captured to this Bhagavad Gita, our Krishna consciousness. And that is Nityananda mercy. And so when the Advaita Acharya says like this, Nityananda Prabhu Gauranga Prabhu just laughs it up. And he knows what is happening, what Nityananda Prabhu is planning. So the next day, he goes, what happens is, once they chased him away, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they chased him, they were chased away by this Jagai Madhai. The next day, near the Ganga Ghat, is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's what do you call this? His place is there, right? Where the ashram, where they are together and chanting Hare Krishna. So these two drunkards are just dancing in because they are completely drunk. But in the drunk state, they are hearing the kirtan and they like the kirtan music, and they are also dancing and saying Hare Krishna, and they are in their own way. They are just Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, whatever. They are chanting in their own way. And it is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed in a subtle way that these two boys, they are hearing, and they are, even though they are intoxication, in unconsciously they are hearing. What is that? Apanaha Samsukim Goram Yennama Vivasho Grana Tata Sadyo Vimucheta Yat Vibheti Swayam. Even unconsciously you chant the holy names, it has its effect, right? Yat Vibheti Swayam Vayam. Even the death personified, fear personified is afraid of the holy names, right? So that's what is the effect of the holy names. Forget about Jagai Madhai, which happened 500 years ago. In this age, after even Prabhupada's departure, it is even now it is continuing. I will tell you one beautiful example. In Soho Street, we have our most famous Radha Londoneshwara temple, right? It is right in the middle of the Kali Yuga, the lowest of Kali Yuga. All the casinos, bars, steakhouses, restaurants, and everything, all meat eating, everything, all four non-regulative principles, they are all there under that umbrella. And Prabhupada established our temple right there, so that every day, 3 times a day, Harinam party goes around. And we have our Soho Street temple where the temple thing is right there, the second and the first floor, where the kirtans go on constantly all the time, and devotees keep doing kirtans all around the streets in the Oxford Street, etc. Right opposite to our temple, there is a some casino, restaurant, whatever, and every day, all night, these people will be drinking and dancing, having party, especially on Friday nights. All night they will be having this thing. When I was there, I was staying there a couple of days. I used to come and stay there whenever I had some seva. So I will stay in the brahmachari the dormitory, the ashram. So there. So the devotees there had 2 big jars of the earplugs to avoid sound. They will color thing. I thought this is a toffee kind of a thing. What is there? So the devotee said, you please take this and put it on in the night while sleeping, otherwise you cannot sleep. You will take 2 of them, by the way. I said, what they are? I was thinking, night, while we go to sleep after 9 o'clock, rest and all done for the deities, we go and rest now. That's when their loud noise starts. They're playing big drums and whatever inside their casino. They just shout loud, all nonsense. They just stop. And you just toss and turn it around all night. You cannot just sleep. So these earplugs are absolutely necessary when you're around there. Then I realized what they were saying. Till morning 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they will be shouting and screaming, all nonsense. We can't even sleep. Can't even close our eyes at this. And so much is the nonsense that they do for many decades they are doing. But the beauty here is, when they will sing all mundane music and shout and this and that, but when they are tired of all these things, they will start singing Hare Krishna mantra, because they keep hearing this unconsciously when the devotees go on Harinam party. They will also sing Hare Krishna mantra, and when they come out, they will automatically get Krishna prasadam from our devotees. And this is how the whole thing. And then after some time, they just slowly turn around because of the prasadam's influence and the hearing and chanting the holy names. They come, many of them come and sit and hear, and many of them turn into nice devotees. And we do the same thing in Rajkot also. This temple is huge areas there. Opposite to this is they have a plot, party plot, they call it here. So they do all marriage celebrations and all other functions, etc. So whenever we used to have our Sundays is usually when they gather there. So whenever we used to have our evening arati and this thing, they will also have big thing, all nonsense music. They will be putting any film music or whatever, all other thing. They will be loud noise will be happening. But then they can't go on forever. Our kirtan goes on 9:30 like that. Sometimes they will do outside kirtans also. So those people who are singing the bhajans, they will be tired of their songs, and they will, in the end, they will sing Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, or some other bhajans of Krishna, in their way. They will sing their own music because they are. This association is actually having its impact, deep impact on them. That is how Nityananda Prabhu's association had the deep impact on this Jaga and Madai. It's time now. We'll just close it with one beautiful message from that incident, which normally we don't get to hear. It is that initially when Nityananda Prabhu was he was watching these people and hearing about this Jaga and Madai, they told that when they come to near the Ganga Ghat for bathing, those people who are the devotees there, they will be afraid, and they will not even come to that place. They will go somewhere else to take bath. To that extent, they were afraid of even, and not only that, the moment they see them, they will go and take bath in the Ganges, because it's a contamination. So much purity was there 500 years ago. Now we don't mind, we don't care, because there was so much we are deep into Kali Yuga. But that's how the standard was those days. Even if you see such a person who is a drunkard or who is offending Krishna and his devotees, immediately they will go and take a bath in Ganga to purify themselves. To that extent, they were committing all kinds of offenses. So Nityananda Prabhu, what he said, these people, when somebody is seeing them, they get um, um, hurt, or they get offended, so they go and take bath in Ganges. Now I have to turn them in such a way. Just one sec. Just one sec. Sorry. So this what he said is that I will turn them into such devotees that anybody who sees them, they will realize that it is as good as taking bath in Ganges. You know, Bhavad Gita, Bhagavata, Tirti Bhuya, Swayam Vibho, Tirti Kurvanti, Tirtani, Swantasthena Gata, right? Because I will make them carry Krishna in their heart so much, so full, that just by seeing them is as good as taking bath in Ganges. I will turn them from this end to that end. That is exactly what happened. And you know what? When after the whole pastime was over, the Jagai and Madai realized their mistake, and we know all that story, right? After this is over, because Madai was the one who threw the pot on Nityananda Prabhu and made him bleed, but Jagai stopped him. So first Chaitanya Prabhu gives mercy only to Jagai because he saved Nityananda Prabhu, and by Jagai becoming devotee, Madai saw shocked, hey, this person became a devotee, and then he started begging to Chaitanya Prabhu and Nityananda Prabhu for their mercy. When he went to beg to Chaitanya Prabhu for his mercy, he said, no, you go to Nityananda Prabhu. You have offended Nityananda Prabhu. I cannot give mercy to you. I have given mercy to Jagai because I was pleased with his action. I am not yet pleased with your action. You go to Nityananda Prabhu. When he went to Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu said, no, don't worry, you are already you are chanting. No, but I am not getting the taste for chanting because I have not yet got the mercy of Chaitanya Prabhu. Chaitanya Prabhu says you have to get the mercy of Nityananda. And Nityananda Prabhu said, to do one thing, you go and you wash and clean the bathing ghat of Ganga nicely, so that those who are not able to come and because of the snake or some of these disturbances will be there, they will feel free to come and take bath in the Ganga, in the Ganges, and by that way you because Mata is telling that see, I offended you, I realized the mistake, then you forgive me, so I am all right. But then in my drunken state, I have offended so many other people whom I don't even know. So how do I ask for forgiveness from each one of them? At that time, Nityananda Prabhu said, you go and pay obeisance to all those who are coming to take bath in the Ganges, and keep it so clean that they will feel easy to take bath there. That way you will get mercy. And that's exactly what he did. And even now that place is called Jagai Madai Ghat, which is there, and people come there, and they after they saw the change of consciousness in this Jagai and Madai, they understood the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. You know? So I will stop here, Prabhu Swatijis. I am sorry I took a few more minutes. Jai Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Nityananda Prabhu Trayodasi Mahotsav ki Jai. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Jai Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. It was really practical lessons, we can say, practical insights you have given. How Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is flowing everywhere. Where that was how he was able to give this, the highest one to the lowest qualified persons and bring them into the devotional service. And especially you highlighted this PUBG also, how it is transforming not only even the teenage boys who are addicted to so many things. So, yes. And wonderfully you glorified Nityananda Prabhu's mercy so much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prabhu. We are very much blessed on this auspicious day.
I am blessed to have all your association today, Prabhu. Thank you so much and thanks to Chandravanshi Prabhu for giving the opportunity. And I know you must have connected with one of you earlier to arrange for this opportunity for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. We have been hearing so many times Nityananda Prabhu's Prabhu's pastimes, but today it was something you can say very special. It inspires so much, and thank you, Prabhu. Manibhushan Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Kalachakra Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
very much.
Prabhuji.
Thank you very much for your wonderful class on this Nityananda Trayodasi. It was very useful for all of us to concentrate and meditate on God on this Nityananda Trayodasi day. Thank you very much. On behalf of all the assembled devotees, we wish to thank you for this evening class by chanting 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra all together. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Pancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripas. Ananta
Thank you so
Koti
much, Prabhu.
Vaishnava.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj. SBS Kalachakra Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Nityananda Trayodasi Mahotsav ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for Chandramshi Prabhu also for arranging this class.
Right.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Dandavat Thank you.
Thank you,
Pranam.
Chandra.
Thank you very much.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
So
All glories
now-
to the
I'm taking leave, Prabhu. And Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can